What's goody, guys? It's your boy. It's your boy back at it with another banger. Uh, it's your producer. It's your boy back at it with another banger. Today we're going to be uh, a second. Shit, I'll be back. Be back, chat. Chat, I'll be back. Alright, chat, we're going crazy. Alright, chat, I'll be back.
Bubbles from Cloud9 early on is to break some of those trips. None of them here, though.
Oxy will try to follow the drone, but only waltz his way into Ye's crosshair. 2 kills found, make that 3 for El Diablo as he's got 4. Coming to life right off the bat. And Derek feeling a lot of that pressure, scaling him back. Fine time now committing to the fight. And oh boy, this is not going the way Evil Geniuses were looking for. A couple of kills traded. Vic with 3. And now they're going to have this utility to play around, but I don't think it's going to... Oh, well, it's going to stop him, but he got it to half. It's going to be Icy in a 1v1. Already been gotten to half. Mitch with a decent bit of utility as well. Time is running shorter and shorter. Icy on the tap. The swing comes through. Ball line not connecting. The second dose, he turns the flash. Time is short. He's got to commit onto it. And I don't know that Icy's going to have the time. It's a thrifty round win conversion for Cloud9.
Just now reaching A main.
That knows. Ball line. Provide a little bit of cover. Ye getting 2. Traded back, though. And the cage will not save net. Had a couple of silly rounds already. Are we due for another?
There's still Teo Salvos online for Zeppa. It's going to be the contingency plan, but Mitch gets taken out way too early. There might be a window of opportunity.
One down. If the time works out, they might have a shot at this. He's going to fill in behind it. I don't know how Zeppa's going to fill into this. He can't. Will the defuse land? I think it's a little short. Oh my gosh, it's not.
Split. A 4-1 on the bottom side.
There's still some of this utility. Nature's going to have his son as a counter, and that might be enough to dissuade and to delay.
Still 4 members here for the side of EG. And Ye's creeping up into sight.
Yeah, there was enough delay to bolster the reinforcements. And again, Ye with 2. Cloud9 doesn't even have the spike in hand right now. Oxy's going to have to rotate back, scoop it up. And that's just the first part of the equation.
30 seconds left.
If Net can find an opening here to even the score. It doesn't look like EG are going to give them the time of day, though. A main will be taken. It's going to be a crunch onto the actual site. Maybe that fault line's coming up soon.
Take a quick glance at utility. Nature stun right up, as you were mentioning. Off of the swing on it. Net not able to control the shots. Crazy angle one. Icy connects. Salvos to try to buy a little cover, but it's just not enough. Icy and Ye both coming to life, but Net puts one out.
There's just no time, though, and you're not even going to be able to save. Icy's on the hunt.
You mentioned that offline still there. Icy now having Satchel away. While they're nipping at his heels, flashing him, trying to swing out. And Nature and Carrot keep him back.
He's still sitting here. He wants the smoke. But a 5v3. I mean, EG, everyone here. Net is going to have to come up huge here, but he only has a stinger, man.
You're asking him to make a lot out of a little.
I wonder if Icy's going to invest in a showstopper, try to save that. Doesn't even need to. He gets the off pick onto Zeppa.
Yeah, I imagine you're going to want to carry that over and continue to have that pressure.
This might be, well, I was going to say it might be a flawless, but you know how the saying goes.
Vic in 1v4. Right now, we're 8 rounds into the game.
This this time. A B hit. Vic will get the head-to-head against Derek, but Icy, he's still here with the showstopper.
Mitch committing to getting the plant down. And there's the ult popped up close and personal. He'll pay for it with his life, but the damage has been dealt. Again, now ult used to betray the positions of the opposition.
If you're EG right now, you have to speed up this retake, but with the flank around from Oxy, this Neon, I don't think EG are going to be ready for this one, man.
And Vic has his ult too. They can play this as far back as they want. Oxy lighting up the kill feed, showing signs of life. A breath of fresh air for Cloud9 close in the cage. With Superman close by. Oh. Cage down, Ye falls. But I don't think they're expecting Supa here.
I mean, they're holding for him, but there's still so many members of Evil Geniuses on the A site. This fault line is going to come back up for Nature.
Boy, patience was not a virtue there. Meanwhile, Net overwhelming Nature. Icy finding a kill with the op. Vic, they very uncomfortable. And Net will fall. Icy does too. EG taking a lot of space towards Dish. Ye will fall. Mitch pushing the pace. Oh boy, what in the world? What in the world was that? Derek will fall too, and now they realize there's a lot of pressure being applied on the northern side, and they can turn all attention that way. Excuse me? With a singer?
Yep. Most insane gun in the game. I mean, what is going on here? Oxy's sitting pretty low. This should have been clean for Cloud9.
It's
Still an uphill battle.
Right.
Still an uphill
I
battle.
wouldn't say it's messy yet, but it's far from spotless. Oxy's 11-8.
What?
Okay. We've really made a mess of this now, haven't we?
It's getting too silly for me, Doug.
Spike continues to tick away. I still don't know that there's going to be enough time. Evil Geniuses want to have a say in how this plays out. Nature falls. I don't think Icy even got it to half. No.
Lead.
Good night. Yeah, still getting one there is criminal.
So much utility being used on Oxy in that moment. Look at this A main push from the bottom side.
Yeah, they're speeding up. Trip is still going to keep them back, but Mitch, that's an up.
Yeah, he sees 3.
And now they have to speed up going the other way, but there's not a lot of room for them to breathe. Instead, they decide to dig their heels in, decide to try to take the fight, and it's all EGs for now. Vic left alone. Buy some time.
Too much hesitation and no map control now.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. Icy swinging boldly in front of the smoke, getting the best of Zeppa. Yes, traded. But you're starting to feel the grip loosen. Instead, Cloud9 doubling down on it.
Giving up down setup.
Only 2 remain. Derek and Supa trying to funnel their way out of heaven. It's all in Superman now. Can he swing into 3 with a classic?
I've seen him do some ridiculous things. I don't think this is one of them, Doug.
Light armor, I guess, but that high-low and 13 seconds left. That's both trips. Now found the stun will buy him a little bit of time. 13 seconds left. The spike getting committed. Net greeting Ye with open arms.
Gets an upgrade as well.
He's still gonna have to fight out on the other side of it with 11 HP, just barely. Bullet grazing by his head. Derek getting a couple. Cloud9 gonna have to fight their way through this retake. Oxy beaten and battered. And EG happy to take a step back. Happy to force them to take that fight. Supa gets 3 as EG take the round.
They're gonna go for this explosive hit, but it's Vic that ends up exploding the face of Icy.
And that's a showstopper, so they don't have that tool. Fault line Net once again gonna get challenged. It's stun for stun, and it's Net who comes out on top. It's gonna get traded back though as EG continue to creep their way forward out onto the site and establish control.
30 seconds left.
Defense is pretty far back. You take a look at the financial situation. It's not great for Cloud9.
Last player standing.
You call a save here. No, Zeppa's going for it. A 1v2. He's gotten it down to a 1v1. Damage dealt.
Down B.
A reposition now. Ye has been an absolute monster. But can he deliver for Cloud9 again? He's turned on it. Zeppa weak.
30 seconds left.
That's going to cause problems.
Wait.
Oxy's down. Icy's through, but it's all... Oh, they're going to rotate back. I thought it was going to be a fake because B's open, but no, they're doubling down. And that might just be what breaks the camel's back. Icy gets 3. The site is theirs. 13 seconds left. They still have to commit to getting the spike down, but the way has been paved. You've even got Ye, who's going to be on this late lurk. Supa just barely finding the tiniest easiest of windows.
One enemy remaining.
And there's that late flank for that.
Oh, this crunch. Nature is cooked, man.
Go, go, go!
Can't settle off of that breach. So now EG, they have to speed up with the 2 trips here on B side. Let's see how much value they can get.
Yeah, gonna get pushed back. Icy again with another roll.
Oh, Vic scared to punish.
I mean, he's getting a ton of them, but not a lot of value at all.
Both those trips got value. Vic needs to be careful. Superman slipped the net. And it's a pivot towards A site. Ye has been getting a lot of great lurk timings.
Soup is doubling down.
30 seconds left.
I thought he might just try to rotate with his team. Double dips a little bit, tries to get a free one.
He's wishing now he would have hit that shot, made it a 3v3. Post plant would have been stronger, but there's still so much to clear right now if you're Cloud9. Superman, he's still going to be a thorn.
Yeah, well, he's going to try to be. A lot of pressure coming out from heaven. The flash is going to cause serious problems with Derek and Ye. The Angel's over his shoulder. Mitch left alone in a 1v2. A tap of the spike going to draw out the silos, and now the real game is in play. Super weak. Derek has his ult too. I didn't think he was going to invest it there.
Just no way in.
As they tap the spike, but no middle yet. That's a lot of pressure onto Nature. But it's Mitch who falls first.
How does Icy still find a kill amongst all of that utility? And look at how worried Zeppa is of the lurk, but everyone's here.
Yeah, it's a slight freeze to the round. Just enough to introduce Scout. Now the second set comes through.
Player standing.
It's going to be Nat on his own with the Stinger in hand. A 1v3. Nature with the sun back up. Will connect. And the cage can only save you for so long. Evil Genius
In the sands, breach all used on net. He's stuck here, man.
traded in kind. But Nature was now tagged by it. Cloud9 are going to try to fill in on the space. Vic is the first to fall. Net feeling all the pressure as the wall's starting to close in.
Round A.
10 seconds left. I don't know if the spike is in a position to even be grabbed, much less planted.
Last player standing.
Cloud9 in a 3v1. They survived.
You kind of have to send all the bodies here.
And you have no idea that that's what it is. Oh, the other side, and Ye delivers again. 3 for the Sentinel. And Cloud9 left limping. I mean, the map is their oyster right now.
So they're just gonna overwhelm Vic. Layer the utility. A site is theirs. Vic is sitting at 57 HP. That regen armor is coming into effect, but what can he really do here, man?
Planted.
He needs magic. Cloud9 need magic. A 2v5 in a post-plant situation. Doesn't even have a smoke anymore. The judge tries to creep forward, but you're not going to find a net. You're not going to find a space. Facing 5. Vic crumbles. Evil Geniuses strike first. There. Ye on the jet. Zeppa getting the best of him right off the bat.
Superman's getting sniffed out here as well. There's a turret that's holding that top tube walk up. And they see the spike right now. They're pinging it on the minimap. So although EG have all of A site, they don't have the spike. And Superman's going to get crushed.
There's a little help on the other side. Derek was starting to peek back,
Oh, man.
but arriving just a little late. Meanwhile, Icy, you mentioned him and the need for him to deliver.
Yeah, he just did. That pick is massive. It gives them a way back in because now you're allowed to scale back up into heaven and take fights from this different off angle. I say that as Vic is already holding it.
Enemy
Oxy
remaining.
trying to keep them back, trying to secure the spike. Nature left alone. A 1v4 gets a little bit closer, a little bit more competitive. Trying to bridge the gap. But again, he doesn't even have the spike. I mean, now Sheriff in 29 HP.
This is impossible.
It's pretty damn close.
Almost dropped into a shock dart. Big pistol round win. Picks here on the pipes. Push back Icy. You don't really need to invest that lockdown. I think that's important.
Yeah, you want to hang on to that one as long as you can.
Good heads up buy from Ye as well, using the outlaw. But what a shot from Oxy. We've seen so many teams struggle with this weirdly timed peeks at A main from Jets. Oh my goodness, is he gonna do it?
He's gotten 2 steps of the way there.
Now you kind of have to invest the lockdown. Yeah, exactly.
Kind of wanting to hang on to that one for a rainy day. But it seems like the dark clouds are now.
He's going hunting for more. He doesn't care. What
Area's clear.
was that from Derek?
Committing to getting the plant down now with 2v2.
One enemy
Not out of this yet. Icy picking up right where he left off on Fracture. Vic is left alone to 1v2. Opts to go for the Sheriff. And now switching back. An upgrade of weapon. Still alive. He has to land on them. The trade is perfect. Oh, that flash is pretty, but he doesn't check. He doesn't check. Vic cleans him up assassination style.
Spike planted.
You're gonna have this late lurk coming in through kitchen as Superman gets caught trying to escape. And now the Hunter's Fury. Second shot goes wide left. Vic somehow managing to dodge around all of that nature snappy with it. Magnetic onto Zeppa. A 2v2 as the spike has been in play. Mitch left alone. Nature starting to feel some of the pressure. Mitch has gotten into even footing. Still has utility to play around. But the onus is on him. The Cove, and he's gonna go take the fight! Misses the window! 5 bullets left! And now it's just waiting for Derek to hit the swing. He's gotten it to half. He waits it out! Mitch should have the defuse! It's beautiful again! There's a lot more behind this here.
Ooh.
He's got some help.
Spike down.
And again, they haven't cleared out garage. Oxy's got to understand there's a really good chance the shorty at the distance does not convert.
And now you have to compensate. If you're Cloud9, you have to do more of a lean towards B. That allows Icy a timing to take on the A side.
Some of that Killjoy utility is still going to be out, so passive information.
Oh, man.
But he's not taking the space.
Super's going to have to react fast off of this.
Yes, he is. Paying off of the mini-map. And a step taken back.
Has to reposition. But yeah, this A side is completely free because of all that B control gathered by EG. Superman is getting punished in mid. He's been so aggressive on his lurk timings, and it's kind of been paying out for EG, but good heads-up awareness from Cloud9, yay.
Oh, brother has 24 HP.
Yeah.
30
Besting
seconds
net
left.
and still has a really good shot at winning this fight too. Finds cover, dashes across. Meanwhile, the ult invested from Zeppa, and I don't even think he got a shot off thanks to Icy. And so now Vic is going to try to mad dash his way back into the site and try to convert a 1v3. But the utility is going to be a problem.
You still have 2 shock darts in play.
Around it though, you see on your screen through the X-Way, all members there. Icy, fancy footwork as he steps out into one, but Derek from on high, trying to clean up another. The defense holding strong for now. But there's still so much they have to solve. They still have to deal with this pit. And time is of the essence. Supa, reckoning now, dropped. Tether sliding up the sky as Nature tries to fill in behind it. Not able to connect against Vic.
There's a gap in the wall, Doug.
Oh, and Ye makes the most of it. EG with the numbers advantage, and it's only getting better.
One enemy remaining.
Mitch is going to have to 1v4 his way through this, and I mean, the money's not great. He just has to save.
Phantom is here. Mitch is going to have to do some heroics.
But he's in like a one and done. There's no way for him to get out.
Oh.
Well, he's gotten his one.
Down A.
Net falls. Oxy joins in. And the Phantom is still up, still in play.
While that was all happening, Superman didn't take any space in mid or B.
Derek getting a little bit closer to even footing here. They're still doubling down into
30
this?
seconds left. Last player standing.
They haven't moved.
Spike down A.
All around.
Supa's now left in a 1v3. Yes, the spit will help. He's gotten it down a little bit closer. All target spotted, trying to connect! And Supa does!
Oxy's getting active here.
Yes, he is. He's finding success on the other side of it. 2 pocketed. And now things slow down.
Yeah, I guess you can rely on Unk to trade you out as well.
They've been relying on Unk for a lot.
Looks
And
like they're going to have to
might
rely on
do
him
it
here.
again.
Yeah.
2v4 here.
Poison orb emitting.
And here's that close left spot again. I wonder if Derek decides to Throw some of these shock darts here, get some chip damage in. Maybe Vic can get taken out. He's trying to spot to see if they're there.
Meanwhile, Supa trying to make sure there's nobody on the flank.
They're too split up though. Derek's gonna get punished here, surely.
Player
Yeah.
standing.
Not a chance in the world. The only upside here for Superman is he has the spike. He got a 1v3 in the last round against, you know, Classics and 1 Phantom. I don't know if he can do it against 4 rifles, man. Pop of the orb. Net is holding this as well.
Toxin screen down.
He decides to give.
Yeah,
30 seconds left.
he's gotten up further than I thought he would.
He's giving a lot of respect to Superman right now. Maybe that's gonna work in his favor. Oh my gosh.
They don't step back for much, do they? Vic, snappy onto the first, Zeppa popping the ult, finding value on the other side of it.
Give me those back.
Meanwhile, Oxy's knives taking more lives, Superman already down. Nature and Icy left alone.
No smokes to play with here. Turret still up in mid.
Now dealt with.
Be very difficult to crawl your way back into this round. Icy does get tagged by that drone as well.
Not necessarily aware that there are 2 on the other side of that, but you can assume a few things here. Ah, and they tuck on the other side of the dart.
Yeah, false info gathered. It still should be clear that this is an opening, though, from the side of Cloud9.
Right.
Especially after that pop flash. That's why Zeppa is just holding the mid lurk. If Net falls here,
30
though, there
seconds left.
could be a window of opportunity. It's a 2v2 either way right now.
Oh. Right. Flash a little off the mark.
That happens to the best of us.
Reckoning now drop. It's going to force him to scatter. Icy and Nature forced into these isolated fights where they can try to convert, and Icy might find a window. Zeppa.
Player standing.
It's actually Oxy who punishes Nature. A 1v3. Zeppa weak. Nature not many options. A gap in the wall!
Hoops.
And another kill found.
How does he keep finding these openings, man?
30
The
seconds
utility just not quite on the mark for Cloud9.
Well, you know how the saying goes. You give him a pixel, he takes a life.
Yep.
left. No target block.
Oxy trying to find some of that same success.
One enemy remaining.
Yay, with 3 on the round. You talked about needing to get that off online. He's certainly set up for it.
Actually get.
He's already gotten up top. There's the flash, but he was ahead of it. It's fumbled. Oxy gets his 2. And now Cloud9 in a position to put this round away. He gets another onto Icy. B side is theirs. The spike is planted. Firm control.
Just go for damage right now if you're EG. See if anybody will give you a pick on the actual exits. Derek. And yay. Bulldog and an outlaw. What is that shot, man?
Goes from a distance too. I think the big thing we got to consider for this next round is how quickly Mitch got his ult online. That Reckoning will be a problem.
Especially against the operator buy that Ye's gonna get to invest the Reckoning. You have to wait for it to actually start slamming people.
Oh, he saw a hand. He connects onto Zeppa. And then he gets out. Mitch is going to be there on the trade, now trying to commit to getting the spike down. The shock will delay for just a moment. Second time's the charm.
Spike planted.
The thing is, how do you get Ye in a position to find more value with the op? Doesn't really have a rifle to pray around. Derek and Supa will have to find a way. The Cope to delay a little bit longer as Ye pops blades, tries to get up, tries to get aggressive. Finds Vic, 3 for him. Just waiting for Mitch to fall. Nice bit of HP, but how do you convert this? A 1v3. The high, high, low. Ye gets the defuse. We're tied again.
Oxy's gonna have to come up huge with these knives.
He's gonna try to find some high ground.
How did
Icy continues to, be that guy for EG.
he just got a spam kill on the Gen player, and now that's Viper smokes, Viper snake bite just gone.
Cove now cleared. Flash on the other side of it. One of them's lit up. Both members found. Both names claimed.
One enemy remaining.
It's gonna be Ye left alone. Oxy from on top. It's a battle of the Jets. Oxy on the swing, Ye had no!
A fight once this Viper wall drops. They're looking for kills.
And there's that swing on the other side of it. Nature connecting onto Mitch. Can Ye find anything else? Damage dealt, Icy with 2. It's another mess for Cloud9.
My ultimate is
Net has to 1v5 his way through this, and he's done a lot of the work. It's just Sheriff's on the other side. Using it really late. But he's still got a tag on Oxy. Tries to track through the walls, cannot. Meanwhile, the Reckoning. Part of the conversation now with 4v4 is Zeppa's up on top. Gets his 2. Derek trying to convert alone. Swings into another, and Zeppa gets 3. Icy taking so much damage there, trying to push his way forward, and Oxy flushes him out.
left.
On the other side of the Viper wall, they try to creep forward. A gap in the wall. Harbor's now up 2, and Nature's ahead of it. Molly to try to delay. Derek now waiting for the right time to face, and Vic was waiting.
Spike planted.
Cloud9 get another. Ye and Super on the outside looking in. I think they have to save here.
On deck. My ult's ready.
Surely you don't try to convert a 2v5 with an op, right?
No. You have to save right now. That was such a fine line that Cloud9 were leaning on to win this round.
Enemy remaining.
I don't know why Superman's hunting in that moment.
On. Also, I mean, he's the only one here. A little bit of damage dealt. But it all falls on Ye, and it's going to be a fast double flank through spawn. And Zeppa's waiting for it. Supa, knife out. I don't know if you're expecting the other one, though. The blade's on the other side. Zeppa's there. A blade between his eyes. And now a 3v3. Remember, no gun upgraded. Derek and Icy both have sheriffs. And that's 1 down. All eyes on Ye. He's got to deliver. Icy getting a little bit closer. And now the blade's out. Can Ye do it again? A 1v2 with ult in hand. Spots the barrel. Waiting for the other, but the blade. And now the Reckoning will become a problem. They're dumping everything they can into that site. Meanwhile, Ye gets his 1 and gets out.
He's up in aggressive spot as well.
Almost connects onto a second shot. A narrow miss. But there are layers to this. Nature's on the other side. The double face is too much. This awkward pump fake. The spike is still out of reach. Mitch and Zeppa, I don't know how they convert this 2v5. I don't think they will. The op is here. Head spotted.
What is that entry from Oxy?
Oxy, yeah, you're right. Oxy strikes first. The blade from on high. Oxy decapitating Ye, snapping his head back.
Welcome to my
And now Cloud9 in a 3v5.
What?
Keeping things competitive, keeping things close. They're clawing their way back into this. Remember, OT on the cards. If they can convert. And they're getting a little bit closer. Vic and Zeppa looking to salvage a mess. The opening was there. And EG instantly slammed the door shut on it.
Last player standing.
You have got to be kidding me, EG. How did you bring this one back? How clutch can Derek and Superman be?
Oh, it's a mess. Oxy, excuse me, Icy getting to Spike now planted. EG in a comfortable position. That dink is gonna hurt. Traded right back to 10 HP for Mitch.
Die.
What can Oxy and Zeppa do here? They're gonna have to retake, and Oxy has an op. Can he find success with this weapon? Position given away.
Standing.
The dart exposes him. Oxy in a 1v3? No. It's a Cloud9. There's no fake. There's no late lurk. It's just fight. And Nature's the first to fall. Everyone lit up. But no punish on the other side of it. Yay. Playing the tightest of angles, and Net's there to snap. Can Derek convert on this? He finds his 1, but it's not going to be enough. Now, Ye, next up to the plate. He's finding his 1, but can't connect on anything else. Supo, 1v3. Cloud9 looking to push this into double OT, and they will succeed. Their spit, there it is. Manages to stay alive just long enough to get the spike down. But it's a 3v5. This would be a disaster if Cloud9 were not able to pull this through. Ye getting his first. Now a 4v3, but again, control still on the side of the defense. They're going to need more than that. Icy gets 2! Vic on the tap, Super creeping closer, and he snaps onto him. It's gonna have to be Icy. Spike has been taking for a little while here. Can the rookie deliver again? Vic's gonna stick it, stops at half, on the swing! Harbor wall up.
Another gap in it, all map long, and Mitch gets punished.
Nature's rotating over, and now the alarm bot is gonna confirm that it is a fake. It's gonna be a mad dash towards A. Cloud9 fighting for tournament life, down in numbers, without their caller. Icy holding the line, Derek's there too! The glass sipper seems to be fit for a villain.
So you want to know how to mix vocals like a pro? Well, that is exactly what I'm going to show you guys today in this video. I'm going to show you how to mix like a pro in FL Studio with completely stock plugins. We're talking, you don't got to spend money on plugins. And if you don't believe me, wait till the end of the video. You will hear a huge difference in the vocals. Let's not waste time. Let me show you guys exactly how to get professional, crispy vocals inside of FL Studio. Let go. So the first step in having extremely good vocals is making sure you do your best when you're doing your vocal takes. So you don't just want to rap over the beat once or sing over the beat once and then just go ahead and say, oh, that's perfect. Like, unless you're Juice WRLD, or which you're probably not. No offense. There's anomalies. I'm sure there's good people out there that have been doing this a while that can do good takes in one take. But in my opinion, I think you should do 3 to 5 takes per line you're saying. I don't know, it really just depends on how good you can sing or rap. But for me, even I can kind of sing, I ain't gonna lie, but it still takes me like 3 or 4 tries to get the perfect sound. So that's step number 1. You want to have a clean vocal take. All right, now step number 2, you're gonna go ahead and take a listen to your vocals and cut off all the dead space. This is the last step before we actually get into the mixing. So before you even start adding effects and plugins, these little empty areas right here in the vocal, you want to cut those out, because that's usually you breathing like I just blah 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 blah.
Bruh, chill.
And that dead space is you breathing. So we're gonna go ahead and take a listen to the raw vocals and take out those dead spaces.
I know we don't talk, baby, ooh, oh, but all of this IG lurking shady.
So you can just hear it's a little rough. So we're gonna go ahead and cut these back. As you can see, take these dead spaces off, and then you're gonna want to grab this little nub right here and drag it in a little bit, just so it fades in. You're gonna wanna do the same for the out. So fade it in, fade it out, and that's gonna make the take fade in instead of it being harsh and just the vocals like hitting too hard, if that makes sense, you know? The outro of this little section, if I didn't have any type of fade out, it's gonna be a lot more harsh when I stop singing, so.
Baby.
Compared to a fade.
Baby.
So boom, we like that. Now let's go on to step number 3. So the third thing you're gonna wanna do, which is the first effect you're gonna wanna put in your effect vocal chain, is a parametric EQ. And what we're gonna do here is take out all the nasty frequencies that don't sound good. We're gonna take those out, and all you gotta do is use your scroll wheel on one of these little dots, and you're gonna scroll down, and that's gonna make it as small as possible. Now you want this very thin so you can get a more accurate reading of the bad frequencies. So let's go ahead and do a sweep. A sweep is basically you sweeping back and forth to find bad frequencies.
Baby, ooh, oh, but all of this IG lurking shade.
So right there, that's a bad frequency I don't want in the track. So I'm gonna take that and drag it down. We're gonna go this way.
Baby, ooh, oh.
Right there is another one. And the more you do this, the faster you're gonna get. But
baby, ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady. Just spin around back to me, my lady.
Right there. And then for the low end.
Baby, ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking.
So right there. Boom. Already done. Quick and easy. The third, well, technically, the second effect you're gonna wanna add is actually another parametric EQ. So the first one is to take out the bad frequencies. The second is to take out the low end. Not too much depending on your voice. If you have a good deep tone in your voice when you sing or rap, you might wanna play around with this and see what fits you best. I kinda know my voice, so I'm gonna drag this.
Baby, ooh, oh. But all of this IG.
Right there sounds good to me. And then on the high end, if you want it to sound a little bit more crispy, you're gonna wanna drag this up quite a bit in my case.
Baby, ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady.
Boom. Now, you're probably wondering, but Sharp, they don't have auto-tune inside of FL Studio for free. They actually do, and it's really not that bad. I personally don't use it anymore, but if you're on a budget, this is the perfect thing for you. You're gonna wanna find Pitcher, which is, let's see, Pitcher is, I'm always losing these plugins, man. Where is Pitcher's right here, boom. Go ahead and add Pitcher. Now, I already know this is in C major, so you wanna know what key your beat is in. So for me, I'm gonna change this to major. Now it's on C major, and just so I don't sound like a robot, I'm gonna take this retune speed, and I'm gonna drag it to about here, and we're gonna hear how that sounds.
Baby, ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady.
And I think it's a little bit too harsh. I just want it to sound as natural as possible for myself. It's different for every other artist. I mean, in some cases, you want to have, you know, you want to sound like T-Pain, like,
Baby. Ooh, oh.
but I don't like that for my voice personally. So we're going to take this about here.
Baby. Ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady.
Perfect. And boom, just like that, you have auto-tune for free. I told you guys, we're going to make this happen. As long as you're following these key steps, you're going to be good. You're going to have a good, clean mix that sits on top of your
What's that
track.
better?
So let's move on to the next step. Lego. So basically what I was saying was I have a preset. If you want to copy these settings, definitely go ahead and do so. The only settings I changed was I changed this to soft, vintage, or medium. The threshold, I put it at 20. The ratio 5 to 0 or 5 to 1, excuse me. And I have the gain set at +5 decibels. So basically what this is doing, it's compressing your track so you can make it louder without it peaking or crackling. So yeah, now this is what the vocals sound like with that compressor.
Baby. Ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady.
And with it off.
Just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh, oh. Just spin around back to me, my lady.
It's a slight difference, but once you start playing the beat, it makes a world of change. That is going to be the compressor. Now, again, I don't know what step we're on. I think we're on 6 or 7. Someone down below, please let me know. The next effect you want to go ahead and add is a limiter. So I'm going to go ahead and get the Fruity limiter on here. And what this does, or what I like to do with it, is drop the ceiling down to the highest part of your take so that it allows you to raise the volume of it so it sits on the track better. So this is what I mean. This ceiling knob.
Baby, ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady.
So if I pause it, you can see that if I drop this line down, you can see this part where the line's touching the white, that's the highest part of the vocal. So I want to just cut off a little bit of it. I'm gonna keep the attack the same, and the release I can probably turn down a little bit, and that is all set for the limiter. You are good to go. So,
baby, ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady.
Now we get on to the fun creative stuff. So I know this is probably everyone's favorite part, but this is where we go ahead and add reverb to the track. What reverb is gonna do is make it more ambient, spacey, and I don't think there's a person in the world on the radio that doesn't have at least a little bit of reverb on their voice. So you're gonna go ahead and do the Fruity reverb. If I could find it, I'll be losing these plugins. Fruity Reverb 2. Now, this is a quick tip. I like to turn the dry all the way down so I can hear what the reverb is doing once I start messing with these high cut and low cut knobs. So
What's that better?
take a listen.
Baby, ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady. Just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh, oh. Just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh, oh, oh. Back to
And to me, that sounds perfect. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Put the dry back up to normal. Drop the wet down a little bit.
baby. Ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady.
Perfect. The next thing up, this is optional depending on the track you're doing, whether it's pop, rap, rock, country. Maybe you do want to delay, maybe you don't, but I would suggest putting a delay on this thing, and that is gonna make it sound a lot better. I'm gonna leave this time the same. This is the length in which the delay happens. So if I turn this up, you're gonna see the delay happens after I already say a line, so.
Baby, ooh, oh. Baby, but all of this IG lurking, all of this IG lurking,
So I don't like that. So I'm gonna drop it down to about there, turn the wet down. I'm gonna turn the cut off back to like 50%, and then we're gonna take another listen.
Baby, ooh, oh. Baby, ooh, oh. But all of this IG lurking shady. Just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh, oh. Just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh, oh.
And I think that's a little bit too loud of the delay, so I'm gonna turn the delay down. I did the same with the reverb. You don't want your reverb to stand out more than the track unless it's a special part in the track. You don't wanna have like the wet knob fully up the whole track, is what I'm saying. For background vocals, that's different, but you don't want to do it for this, like the main takes. Now, another thing you can do is you can go ahead and add Maximus as your next plugin. There's a preset, there's a couple, Clear Master, Master Aid, Max Loudness, I can't even speak, Max Loudness. I'm gonna go to Clear Master, and I'm gonna do absolutely nothing. I'm just gonna click that one button, and it's gonna make it a little bit louder while keeping clarity.
Baby, ooh, oh, but all of this IG lurking shady.
All right, again, this is optional, but if you want to have some clean vocals, something unique, I would definitely go ahead and add a phaser. There's a preset I like. I think it's ambience. This is what it sounds like fully turned up.
Baby, ooh, oh, but all of this IG lurking shady.
But we're going to go ahead and bring that down.
Just spin around back to me, my lady.
And you can tell the vocals sound way better already. We have one more plugin to go. The final plugin is actually not a stock plugin. So I'm kind of cheating, but it's also a free plugin called Fresh Air. This plugin is a game changer. It's completely free. All you got to do is install it, go to the website. Literally takes you like 30 seconds to install. So I'm gonna add Fresh Air. Again, it's free, and I'm gonna turn this up live for you so you can hear what it's doing.
Baby, ooh, oh, but all of this IG lurking shady. Just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh, just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh, back to me, my lady. Oh, but all of this IG lurking shady. Oh, when I'm alone, I'm fucking crazy.
I don't think you understand the difference we just made in this vocal take. Once you guys try this, it is game over for your music. I'm gonna play this without the effects, and then we're gonna turn all the effects back on, just so you can hear the difference in what we just did with these however many plugins, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. All right, let's go.
I know we don't talk, baby. But all of this IG lurking shady. Just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh,
Now let's go ahead and take a listen to the track with the vocals on.
I know we don't talk, baby. But all of this IG lurking shady. Just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh, just spin around back to me, my lady. Oh, back to me, my lady. Oh, but all of this IG lurking shady. Oh, when I'm alone, I'm fucking crazy.
That's it. I'm not wasting no more time. Yeah, if you learned something new in the video, make sure you leave a like, subscribe for your boy. It takes 1 second. It's free. I would love to have you guys part of the family. But yeah, once again, hope you guys learned something valuable. Hopefully you can go back to your old tracks and add this method. Catch y'all on the next one. I'll be back tomorrow. Peace.
What's good, people? It's Jay Cactus. Welcome to the tour. So I'll show you what I did here. So make sure that this stretch mode is off. If it's on and you're dragging these around, then it's going to actually stretch out the vocal. And you can just solo it just to see. So hear that breath there. So all you're doing is pressing C to activate the slice tool. And then what I like to do is hold shift so it's a straight line. Because look, if I wasn't holding...
My name is Leslie Brathwaite. I'm a mix engineer. Some of the people I've worked with over the years include Outkast, Cardi B, Beyonce, Jay-Z, of course Pharrell. Certainly worked with Lil Uzi Vert. I've mixed pretty much most of his records, most of his hits. Had the opportunity to mix EXO Tour Life and Money Longer and a few other of his big hits. In the case of Neon Guts, Pharrell produced it in LA. When he is talking to me about what he's looking for from a track, he often uses colors and textures as a way to describe it. Neon Guts kind of is self-explanatory. You know, you want it to kind of feel organic, feel bright, feel fluid, and kind of like neon. So in this particular session, I'll go through a little bit of my workflow and how I kind of approach things and my thought process as to what plugins I use, how I approach the music and the sound and what I'm trying to accomplish. So I will start off and just play it.
And I got a colorful aura, like
So each individual vocal track. A question I get a lot is it cheating to use the Waves tune on every track? I think what happens is people confuse the function of plugins like this, and it's not cheating. It's trying to achieve a certain sound. In this particular song, they are going for a slightly futuristic, robotic kind of sound on the vocals, but not too heavy. It's not, it's not going super robotic. It's just enough to kind of give it a little bit of flavor of futuristic, and you want it on every vocal, and it's about consistency. The other question I get is, well, why would you use something called a Waves tune or something that's used for tuning on tracks that don't even have specifically singing on them? And we'll explore that right now. And a lot of it is the texture. A lot of it even though when you're talking, you still have some melodic quality to what you're saying. And the Waves tune can kind of throw some of those notes around to give it that same feel of futuristic, slightly robotic.
You never stayed in Kahlua. I push it now on my shoulder.
You can hear some of the melodic quality when he says, out of my shooter. And it kind of, it does the same thing with the note transition in his words to where...
You never stayed in Kahlua. I push it now on my shoulder. Flooding my chain and it...
So it still has the effect. It still overall encompasses the effect of that futuristic, slightly robotic sound. It has a texture and a tone to it. And it works. And it's one of those things where you're trying to create consistency over all of the tracks. And that's why I use it on, almost every vocal track in the song.
Yeah, you never stayed in Kahlua. I push it now on my shoulder. Flooding my chain and it Gucci. I don't want that girl, she moody. Yeah, you never stayed in Kahlua. I push it now on my shoulder. Flooding my chain and it Gucci. I don't want that girl, she moody.
It's always helpful to know the key of the song or the key that you're trying to achieve the tuning in. In this particular song, it's B minor. I select right here, B, natural minor. And then you kind of get to play with some of the parameters, like the speed at which you want it to kind of interact. The note transition determines how smooth it's going to jump between notes. The lower numbers represent a more robotic type feel. I like the fact that it has the keyboard laid out so I can kind of see and pick which notes I want to come in or out, subtract. I'm getting to see the tuning working in real time here. So these are Pharrell's vocals right here.
And I got a colorful aura, like I got neon guts.
That's the first plugin I would put on the actual audio to kind of achieve that sound. As I have like all of Pharrell's vocals or all of Uzi Vert's vocals in this particular case, feeding my aux track. The same space and elements that you hear and feel from Pharrell is kind of the same space and elements you want to feel and hear from Lil Uzi Vert. So first thing I do, I take a subtractive approach. I like to remove what I don't like first. In this case, I'll listen for S's and anything that's too poignant. I'll remove those S's. I'll use the de-esser to kind of just make sure we're keeping tabs on anything a little too,
And I got a colorful aura, like I got neon guts.
It may sound a little muddy at first, but I kind of know where those S's are going to get poignant or where they kind of can tend to jump up a lot.
And I got a colorful aura, like I got neon guts.
So that last S on guts, neon guts, I just want to make sure I got the de-esser kind of engaged. It's not really doing much at this particular stage. Sometimes what you'll find as an engineer, as a professional, is we tend to do things that feel comfortable, that just kind of sit in our minds as the comfortable thing to do. It's like an athlete where they have a set of things that they do before they play. They might wear yellow shoestrings, or they might tap their heels 3 times before they go out on the court. It's kind of the same thing with engineers sometimes, with mixers sometimes, where I just want to know the de-esser is on there. I want to know it's doing something very slightly. Sometimes it's not a whole lot. It just makes me feel better. And as I do other things in the chain, it then serves a function, at least in my brain, to kind of even things out. So from there, the RE6, little light roll off again, you can see on the low end.
And I got a colorful aura, like I got neon guts.
Kind of clears up the bottom a little bit to kind of take away some of that low end muddiness that can tend to translate to nasally muddiness, depends on the voice. And then, you know, just kind of pinch in some frequencies in here just to clear up and give him a.
So
Not
shocked.
dash, J, but you don't dash, you know.
J, first dash. This is first dash, J, first.
Oh, dude. J, bait, you got that.
J, he got slow, just chill out. Chill out after he dash, dude.
Jesus. Dude, like, bro.
ไปที่ปี This guy, J, what? He already get ulted what just now.
But he dash, bang.
Yeah, but use your feeling lah, dude. He gonna dash what?
Okay, you genius, bang.
Yeah, go.
Nice try.
Fake comeback, fake comeback. Disappointed.
It's okay. It's not too bad.
Disappointed, man.
Good. Yeah, he pay well.
Really, man. Really, man.
Oh my god. Let's go. Oh my god. Wait, he practicing, eh?
You practice, no.
No battery cup.
Hey, no practice, no.
Oh, how get up, bro?
No, no practice, no.
Not even close, bro.
Primigo. He win. Why?
Check ah, take a look ah.
Bang. Warm up what? You.
Yeah.
You go first.
Okay. Oi.
You done?
Yeah.
GG, brother. He's dead. No, I just play for the win.
Oh, you actually going ah?
No, I
He's
just
Philly,
play
Philly,
for the win.
and that's right. It's fucking, fucking pocket, so you know.
What's eating, brother?
Huh? I go first?
Oh, okay.
Okay. Hup. Ooh, not bad.
Yang ke depan.
Not bad. Not bad. Not bad.
Oh, the enemy is working hard ah.
What? Again, brother?
เก่งจ้าเนอะ
อยู่เฉยๆอะอยู่ฐานอันนี้แล้วต้องไปไหนอะ
Kalau aku di sini kan, aku taruh klon. Kan di situ aku. Neng, song,
กดแล้ว
brother. Oh, ready?
Dude, he's gonna try something funny with this kid.
I win, brother.
No, I win. You see?
Huh?
Here, I'm here.
No, bro.
You look cool, brother.
Bro, too early, bro.
No. Okay, what?
Bro, there's no way he's gonna beat your ass, bro.
เหลือ3 วิอ่ะ
ได้เลย
Ready?
3 วิ.1 คิว3 วิ.1
จุดหนึ่งนะ
1 2
Cocaine, Philly, fucking, fucking pocket. Let's see what the flurp is really going on. Let's go research, shall we? Ooh. Okay, probably take it. Just fucking my fucking pocket. So you know I'm having. Like you literally just like know I'm having like like you just know like oh hey I fucking hate bitches, bro. Lolo, la. Oh, okay, okay. So talking about Casino. Casino. Dominic. Who should I play here? Chat, we going crazy, bro. Chat, we are going crazy. Absolutely stupid here. We are going nutty. That we are going dumb. What the fuck? Fuck. Mango, 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 mango. Mango, 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 mango. Mango, 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 mango. Mango, 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 mango. Mango, 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 mango. Mango, 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 mango. Oh my god, I gotta get this pick in. Hold on. Wait, I got the, oh wait, I gotta get this pick in. Wait, 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 what the fucky? Wait, what the fucky, bro? That bullshit. All that raw shit. What you saying about him? Test. Alright, let's see. Let's see what the fuck we're talking about here. Alright, I feel like this one looks good. Future me, what do we think? Go with the opposite of your instinct? Probably, right? Yeah, probably. What do we think, chat? Yeah, these niggas, I mean, these guys don't like everyone. You guys don't like everyone with the Flurpee. $52. Honestly, I think this is straight. I mean, I see it. But, ooh, Slurp. Or do I go down on Cruise? I don't know, Cruise might pop. I don't know too much about Cruise. Posted about Premi's not getting 34. I want to go down on Premi so bad. Do I go down on Premi or Killua? Do I go down on Premi or Killua? Probably Premi, right? Like, ain't no way. As long as it 53. About 7 minutes, right? Premi? I don't know too much about this Premi. Oh. Ooh, 23. 16. That's with them winning though. Or like putting up a decent fight. I don't even think they're gonna put up a decent fight here. Final score is gonna be like 13-6 or something. For both maps. Okay. Let me see. For Bond. 13-7, 13-2. Yeah, I'm foreseeing like, you know, he did drop 19. He did drop. But with this new guy, Killua, bro. I'm going down on Premi. Like, I have to. Like, I have to, right? But then again, initiators are just like, there's always that, like, between the initiators, there's always one that does bad. But he's an initiator and a duelist, and I feel like he's gonna play duelist and pop. I say. I gotta cuss, you know. I gotta recognize. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Killua. Look at the most recent game for Killua. Killua, yeah. But no, these stats are padded. It's like his first game. Second game, whatever. No, third game. But he's looking better than Premi right now. But against Genji, though. Killua. Let me go your Killua goes Reach and Vise. Yeah, that's a disgusting comp. Get boys. Cruise is definitely gonna go under. He has to, right? Let me see if there's like, no. Nope. 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 Alright. Kilo was. I think it would. No, I think I go down on Premi. I think that's final answer, bro. Final answer down on Premi. Got 1 Ash down on Premi. Final answer. No, not final answer. Not final answer. Wait, let me see what they have to say.
To be answered, but for Primi, I think you're looking at a player that's gotten a lot more aggressive here in these stats. Like you've got a very similar sample size between kickoff and stage 1. 217 versus 231 rounds. The first kills here in kickoff, to be honest, particularly on Abyss and some of the other Cypher maps, I think on Split, but he's had better stats on the Cypher here in Pacific Stage 1. He's been flexing on Device and Viper, and still playing a little bit of KJ, and hasn't needed to go into that init role at all, having played the Gecko on Bind previously. For Primi, I think you're looking at a player that's gotten a lot more aggressive here in these stats. Like you've got a very similar sample size between kickoff and stage 1. 217 versus 231 rounds. The first kills here in kickoff on the left side of your screen, that's 24 opening duels taken. Whereas you look here in stage 1, this dude's taken 59 opening duels from the exact same sample size, and he's on the duelist. So I think Primi is a player that I sometimes didn't see getting into the action as much. Here in stage 1, he has been very aggressive and really not shying away from taking those opening fights.
Yeah, that's what we want to see from Primi. I mean, that's what he was touted to be, this all-star duelist going into Talon, so nice to see him rise to the occasion. Here we can see a little head-to-head between Talon and Gen G, looking at some of the key statistics here. You know, we already spoke
I'm
a little bit
about
about
to go down on Kilo.
for Gen G in the bottom right there, but I think there's many stats that jump out. We see Gen G being above 50% in both attack and defense win rates, which just shows a lot of consistency across the maps and across the macro understanding.
Yeah, I mean, 40% there for Talon, although, I mean, I don't know how much I buy into stats like that. I think at the end of the day, it matters what comp you're playing, it matters which maps in the pool, you're going to be jamming a lot, and look, we are going to see a representation. I believe this is only the map pool here for stage 1 so far, so there is still more reps on some of these other maps going back to kickoff, but I mean, it's no surprises. Really, really solid stuff from Gen G on Lotus here, and great stuff from Talon on Fracture, so we'll see how that does sort of influence the veto going forward.
Yeah, and speaking of the veto, we're going to have that in just a bit, right? But I feel like Gen G and Talon, they're both kind of in the same position with regards to adjusting to their new rosters, right? But different sides of the coin. And right now, as we're stepping into playoffs, of course, we're seeing the map veto for their first game in playoffs right now.
Yeah.
It's a big question of who finally has that final form here in stage 1. It is time to show that right now. Haven and Icebox being our first maps here.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to see the Fracture taken out there by Gen G. That's a respect ban on the Waylay, and then you do see Talon taken out Lotus, which has been Gen G's best map here. And then Gen G's going to pick Haven, so I'm wondering what the comps are going to look like. Yeah. But Talon is going to force Gen G to play an Icebox that they haven't shown yet.
Yeah, I mean, I think this veto is a kind of about what we would expect. You know, Gen G, they love Lotus. If that's taken out, they love Haven. They play with that Viper, that similar style. And I love the Icebox pick from Talon. I think it's trying to catch Gen G off guard, and they should be able to kind of catch them out a little bit there. So I could very much see this series going the distance. But as you say, looking at Haven, we saw Talon last time they played this map. They swapped across to the Deadlock.
They did.
But that was in a way to counter the double duelist that they knew T1 like to run. So are we going to see that again today against this Viper comp?
I mean,
what are your thoughts on this?
Talon is like one of the teams that I could see change up the comp series to series, map to map. So I really wouldn't be surprised to see them not run the Deadlock, but we'll see how it does actually end up working out for them. One thing's for sure, Gen G's not swapping off the Viper. They've been playing that for ages. Working out for them. One thing's for sure, Gen G's not swapping off the Viper. They've been playing that for ages.
Yeah, I don't think so. Yeah, you're absolutely right. The Talon is the Talon pick Double Sentinel is
So
very,
is it
very interesting. And I know that there was a lot of work that
Bro, what's a
really went
suggest?
into this for the Talon roster, right? So it's going to be very, very exciting indeed. As we kick off playoffs, ladies and gents, here on VCD Pacific, we get closer and closer to finding out who makes it to Masters Toronto. So let's send it to the stage for our first day.
All up in the wonder. Who can calculate exactly the same action? No, Luther for free, yes, she does. I'm not about it. Photo. I'm gonna check out big for that. It's all wonders for Storsky. Okay, probably play jacket is fucking pocket. Don't lose the last game. Pocket, so you know I'm having. Like, good. I know that boy for that bag. The motherfucker was hard, bro. I can't even lie. I know that boy for that bag. Porky. No, I'm gonna say, dude looks cool. Like a cool guy. I don't know about this guy. Fucking dork. Oh, bro, these guys look like evil, like fantasy monsters, or like creatures. I'm not gonna say monsters. It's like fictional fantasy creatures. Quagmire. These guys spawns. Like, look at this spawn sign up. You got Soul Banquet Porsche. Like soup. With our razor. the lower 25 or lower 30 on Kiowa, up 32 on Ash. Wait a minute. No, what do they both have? Like, what? Bro, I'm tripping, bro. I'm tripping. Kiowa might frag. Kiowa might frag. Here. You. Mm. Nigga. No, shit. Give me the Ew, bro. You got overly cooked. Bro, I'm overly cooked. Cooked right here. I always do this, bro. Like, I literally always do this. This Kilo got the problem. Whereas Ash is just not. showing down on Fermi and cooked. Overly cooked. Overly cooked. How do I say this? I'm overly cooked. Hopefully I do better on Yeah, bro.
It's gonna be interesting. Wait, what is this? You can intense feedback session. You have a 1v1 feedback session.
Like a one-on-one candlelight session with these ladies.
Yeah, let's have a little look. What do they got? Strong after plan comp as
I'm
well, to be
actually
honest.
crying. Who says stakes?
Insta-salvos down on towards long breaks the trip.
Jay would definitely get the toast from.
Got there, it's pressure that go fast behind him. It's a really good open flash. This is a good open flash. End up getting the wall in, fake B, tap the spike, get out of there, but the wall slower rotate, split over towards C. This is a nice pistol from Talon. It's a nice pistol. Good fast flash. Damn it, they really went for it, dude. This was a genius, dude. This was such a genius over for the up. It's really cool. Actually owns them. So you gotta think about pistol and like the this is what Deadlock's unreal about this. All of pistol is deadly. They commit over towards B with smoke, so they put the wall over towards B. And on pistols, that's that. It cuts off the rotate, it makes it really, that's what really sells B fake. And at the same time, it stops all the rotates for a long time. Deadlock as well, which is so good in the after plant, you're stopping them being able to fast plant. Really cool. That's a really good pistol. That looks like one of the best pistol agents. He does, like, just the wall's too strong for pistol. Especially when you've got good good thought process. He's been great. Oh my god. Dude, the Guardians are deadly. they're out here knifing him on the big Byron. Looks good. Hello, Zay. How you doing, mate? Looks rough over there, man.
Deadlock util, so annoying. All of this for Talon. Just incredibly well put together, incredibly well executed. Players on point today.
Shit. This nigga is not getting. He's just not getting.
A little bit of tunnel vision, but it kills the kill. Yeah, it
Why
might
does
allow them.
wait. Ash, you're supposed to go crazy.
It's hard to not go for that when the armor flash gets used and you know it hit.
I mean, this is actually a pretty good read by Gen G. And you got the ult out of the order when you traded it. It looked like it was going to be good, but then Munchkin loses the 1v1, and all of a sudden you're scrambling, trying to control the map.
Hey, what the? Your boys are doing great. I work. I wanted to TikTok, yeah. Yeah, I mean, if he could get the time there, it would have been insane. He did good to like 5 other times instead. Like, he probably could have played it better after I decided to compliment him, but that's my fault. I should know better than that.
That's cut off by the very mesh. The Sonic says it's in the door. What do? You gotta rely on alert. You don't have one.
Crispy. Dude, they look nice, bro. Okay, massive viral for Gen G. You gotta be calling that time out before this one, you would imagine.
This is a treat to watch. Talon in
Maybe
full
not.
control here on Haven. I mean, again, this isn't a bad start at all for Gen G, but this right here is devastating. Losing Munchkin when he's got the read, he saw the player there. A nice attempt on the entry by Texture, but with the post-plant positioning and a great triple there for Killua. Forget it. You have all the info as Talon. You know what to expect, where to expect it, when to expect it, and on top of that, you're winning your duels. Now they're going to try to slow walk their way up. Really far forward alarm bot. Early pop of the nano, so some time walk for rotation. Poison Cloud. Ooh, that. Tiny touch of damage on the cruise. Yeah, looks like it might have caught a little bit more. Connecting into the legs. Foxy, though, took some damage as well. Yeah, he gets the worst of it. By a pretty large margin. Drones just saying hi to each other.
Nice though. They push them back over towards A. They know for sure that they're gonna have two.
There's been so much contact.
Makes it a little bit weaker for now the C here.
They're so quick to rotate. He's going to go back behind the box. The salvos to cut off the
Pick the right side. Big change up. Deadlock's normally over towards side to reinforce it. They got the deadlock lock. They're not fully on top of it. That Texture did good though, but dude, Talon looked nice, man. Oh, he got both for that swing. Down there owning them.
Yes, please, let me see that from Jit's perspective. I thought Privy got one, Jit got the other. This is just so beautiful. From the side of Talon. I mean, the playoff is concussed. Oh,
Okay, 7 chances. 7 chances, and it's honestly been a masterclass to watch. It's really nice. And they're doing a lot of AD things like we said they would need to do. And they haven't really go garage too much. This should be where the comp struggles, right? They do an AD default, and then they've got to clear over towards garage. But the good news is they have the drone. Drone goes over towards A, spots one cross. Like, in theory, this comp's now can't go garage. Whereas, like, our comps, you can kind of force it a little bit, especially with ISO, with the shield ups and spam, obviously. But, like, they should get wrecked there. That's a big thing still.
Yeah.
The heck got hit? I'm not sure that was... Dude, I'm not sure that ult's meant to hit, but... I mean, he missed his ult, right? And then it bounced off this wall. Well... Oh no, he did go for it on purpose. Respect. Yeah, that's what I thought as well. I started looking at the minimap to see what else he was going for. Hey, that was cool. Menta? I 100% Menta, and I've seen the replay.
I wouldn't have been on the bottom fight and the top fight. Like, why wouldn't I do that? Like, why wouldn't I do that for every time I play something? Like, every time they're on the opposite end. It's not even like they're in the middle, they're on the opposite end. This is actually crazy, bro. It's not even like chance at this point. It's like my intuition is just completely wrong. It's like paradoxical because if I like go back and forth, if I like do the opposite of my intuition, that's also like my intuition. So it's just gonna be the opposite of that. But I don't know. I'm cooked either way. I'm just cooked either way. It's 7. He's 25, bro. 24 or something like that. $1 billion, he doesn't get over 20. fully cooked. Like knocked out.
Just think about this. Gen.G have never had this on this comp. Like this is a VIP after.
We're going crazy.
The Viper alive, you win the after.
That we are actually going dumb.
Win 50%. That's mad. That's so mad.
How we are actually going stupid.
Look at the fast kill.
Turn me up, cat, turn me up. Let's get these donuts in so I can make back the money that I just lost.
With 9 months. Thank you to the 2 bro. Appreciate that.
Let's do it. The only way this parlay hits is if Seven, bro. Overly cooked.
They don't keep getting wins in that, so I feel like one of those they don't want to change it up. But I think, I don't know. When you have a big plan like this as well, it's hard to argue against that.
Yeah, absolutely. But we did see some good plays from Gen.G, right? We did see some, a little bit aggressive on his character, for example, in mid-rounds.
Yeah, I mean, so this was clearly sort of Gen.G's idea of how to beat all of that central util, right? They just want to send Kara.
Yeah, look at him. Double TP into the backside of the B site. He's able to hide behind the fast lane.
So cooked.
Those open players in ranks that never get long entry. That I
Drink coffee, it's so hard right now. Just get me out. I don't know. Like that. Fine. Yeah. So with stars, I'm out to shoot breakfast. And piss pop, vampire, booty it up. Yes. See, this kid does. Bitch, gonna fuck with it. Bitch, it didn't. I was cool. I was in school. Yeah. This is that motherfucking deal. Yeah. I guess I'm like, yeah. I guess I'm like, yeah, I get this, but I count it money. I do it all the time. I'm trying to be cool, and I'm trying to get in. Yeah, I'm trying to get my fucking pay. I don't at that. I'll be up for that. Yeah. Maybe for some and shit, and shit, yeah, trying to be my fucking cooler. I'm in that bit with my brother. I'm in that bit with a cooler. But I'm cooler. Yeah, got a new bitch and she got a new bitch, she died. So, been just like and I suck at that noodle. I suck at that nigga. How you do that? I'm enough. Got a new bitch on that fuck. Oh, I can't. I'm better. Did not do this over. You suck. I you suck, bro. I'm trying to run fuck up. You funny shit out. I swear this shit is bro. Just follow up, bro. Like, you be like, what, bro? Be like, you're just really good at solving shit. Like, maybe you're so fucking ass. Like, I don't know what to say. I just don't know what to say, bro. It's tragic, bro. Like, mentality. Like, I don't even know. I'm just speechless. Like, nigga, you suck. This shit is one kill. You're not real, bro. Like, for real. Like, for real, bro. Like, just do better. I guess what kill he did. He got double. He got double. He got double. Shit. I still got no motherfucking any. I came in there with my I came in there with a sanity. Yeah, bitch, what you? Yeah, right there. Came in there with a 5. I'm in there with a bitch. I was going that way. Bitch, I was going with a 5. Hold on. Can't finish some shit. Nigga thinks he's a champion, like for real. But bitch, I'm on top like a motherfucker. Bitch, yeah. Bitch, you gonna like a motherfucker for real. I'm trying to cook up a video. Trying to cook up a fight. I'll be off. Wait. But like that. She's like, bitch, she has the for him. Jamming and shit like that. Shit, like her. No. Like overly cooked. Like overly fried. Has he been playing the game? He can't be. Every round he just dies. Okay. That's one. Give me 24 more. I need like 24. Like, or was it 23? It might have been 23. Hey, since for 23, you go crazy. I want you to go crazy. Okay. Okay. Ain't no way you go crazy here. Yeah, shut up, I ain't gonna fucking try. I'm in that fucking try. Okay. You cosplaying? What the fuck? I think we're gonna. I just want full series. Full series 6 for BCT Pacific. I feel you're cooked, bud. You're not getting that. What the fuck? You're cooked. She needed to find out just for them to get her spot and walk in. There we go. But you know, I'm having a kick the play. Yeah, I feel I'm cooked. I can't even like this fear I'm cooked. Like she's trying to into like the corner, like you're not playing, you're just not playing anymore. I don't know. Why is he eating like two? Like he's not even like, like it's just. I do not foresee a 23 kill game while in here. From his mod board now, he's not just running up those numbers. It's been a shameful for real though. Why do we shame stuff like can't even like perfect. I'm trying to, Good shit, but fine. Yeah, yeah. Sorry, bro. Shit. Ready for usual frame drops. What's CPU? What's frame rate? What's no shit's lost. That's funny. Just like just like I mean not even getting one. And Sharon's top three with 8 kills. Overly cooked. Is bitch, I got a bitch, she's on about trying to shake on a bit. Oh, that's sorry. I forgot now. Anything real shit. You can like shit you can like shit here I am, fifth. Like, oh really? Like immensely. I want some chicken tenders. Give me a chicken tenders. Oh yeah, he's like really close to 23 actually. He's at 10. This fuck ass nigga. Good style. Like I wanna just go fuck in this map. And get shit on the previous map. And they're not even be close. It's only just like an individual, it's like a group performance here. Like everybody's doing good. Where did my slide go? Show me online. Easy. It just fucks, bro. Should've been fucking Ash there. Just like Ash. These 8 of his lifetime. He only gets 2. Yeah, okay. Wait, no, yeah, okay. Okay. He talked right. No, but of course he is. Like, why wouldn't he be? And didn't he get like how many last map? He got like 15 or some shit. Like, right? This is Bonafide. Oh wait, that's pretty impressive. And Keithwa is also Bonafide, but yeah. So it's gonna be like an even stat line until the third map. Wait, this is like really lucky for me. I should have gone up one more. Actually, this is just a losing match. Yeah. Yeah, it's just a losing. Just a losing bet. It's at 32. Dang, I fear I'm overly. I cannot fake it. I cannot fake it a little bit. I cannot fake it a little bit. I cannot fake it a little bit. You cannot fake it a little bit. I should go and show you something. So, yeah. So, big. Sorry, yeah. Sorry, no. Sorry. Wait. It's slowly. Too slow. Bitch, not too big. Nigga, you suck. Nigga, you suck. Nigga, you suck. Nigga, you... Nah, just fuck me, bro. Just fuck me, bro. That's pretty funny. That is actually very funny, bro. That is actually very, very funny. That is actually immensely funny. That's a bench right there, and I'm like, no cap, like, no kidding, bro. Yeah, oh, some Genji. Get your ass on the bench, but nigga. Yeah, this is your career on the line too. You're overly caught. There've been 2 free pickaroonies for you. But your shit up the video game. Really cooked. Like overly chopped. 32 kills on my butt cheeks, bro. You have never hit 32 like ever. Like ever. Like ever. You know what I'm saying? Like you're a dork. I mean, nobody really hit. I would have to go down on everybody. Yeah. This won't bother me. Yeah. Skeleton. Shut up. Alright. I need to find it. Hold on. Like, fuck, oh, okay, no more. Yeah, I'll get a look. Yeah, that's right here. That sounds like a but shit, sound like she sound like. It's all right. Dude, you feel like bitch. Yes. Two turn. Turn me up. Let me see what chat says. They're doms. They're a bit monster fish. What was that? You said you're going dumpster now? Nah. Yeah, right. I think right. Good job. Never never you will never get back. Shit like that. It's just like overly good. Like shit like overly good. So like I don't know. Just not on. I'm not even trying to like be on that type of, you know what I'm saying? But like, I was, yeah, and it was like, he said, what it was said. Makes sense. So it's yeah, nice. He said, nice. Catch up. Rich red, like catch up. That's nigga, stare there. She's red. I say, stay there. I'll start there. It really kept going on. Like, the same for, like, I'm in a real game. To be rich, yeah. Super rich. Bit. Yep. I think I'm straight now. Like, I think I'm straight. Like, I think I could finally rest. I don't know. Another day, another like yeah, it's just like another day, another loss. Nothing really new there. Oh, it scared the fuck out of me. Oh shit, we're going crazy. You're going absolutely bonkers. What the fuck? Fuck you. Alright, GG guys.